Good morning. How you been?
Good. So what did y'all bring with you today?
Well, we brought what we told you we would bring. Lauren's journals that basically...
These are like all my day planners. This actually will tell you a lot as to who we met that day, such as Matt or any of the FBI agents or federal agents, if they came to our house or if we met them elsewhere. And it also gives times as to when we met them. This one here, the top book, is probably going to be your most important book. And then just slowly on from there.
When do they start?
2018 is the most important one.
Yeah, for sure.
So there might be notations in there like, James Garrison called and told us, don't come back. You know, just kind of key things, important things. And why she kept track of these things is beyond me.
Yeah.
Because,
It's an OCD thing
Yeah.
I have. So
Well, it's important, after the fact of these
well,
cases.
now it's turned out to be.
Right.
it's very important now. So
She also brought a laptop, which she suspects contains a lot of the video, because a lot of times we would be in a position where we couldn't get to our record button.
fast enough.
So you go to the camera button and just record a video. So it may be a video of the ceiling, but the conversation in the back is key.
Right.
I also brought the hard drives from our computers that contain a lot of information, and then we brought 3 cell phones that contain
Voice recordings and video.
a lot of voice recordings and video recording.
Let's look at the hard drives and let me get my computer guy to kind of on board so he knows what he needs to bring.
I was so afraid I couldn't get this out of the house with
I was
all those
curious.
federal agents.
I mean, technically their warrant didn't discuss it, but
Right? Can you believe they didn't?
I need to show you the video of us going onto our property. How many U.S. Marshals there were. We had to get out of our own car, and they had to pat us down. They searched inside of our car. They even searched my spare tire too. It was insane.
It's ridiculous. And then as we were leaving,
hey Ray, it's John.
Hey.
I'm opening up hard drives right now.
Okay.
So
I actually just got here, so I'm
Perfect.
bringing all my stuff up now.
just come to the conference room.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
because the feds never left, and even at 4 or 4:30 in the morning, we had all of our stuff lined up inside the cabin to put in the car, and Lauren and I decided to go up to the casino and have a couple drinks prior. So he says, you realize if you leave, when you come back, we're going to have to frisk you. I said, I don't care. It's no big deal. So we were up there probably midnight and came home, and sure enough, they stopped us and frisked us coming down in. So they had like 5 or 6 guards up at the foot of at the beginning of the road. And then you get down there and there's 6 or 7 more still with all of their machine guns. And so at 4:30 in the morning, I open up the door and I don't see anybody. Pitch dark, so I start loading the car real quick. And
Sure enough, they were all out there.
as soon as we turn my headlights on to start the car, they're all sitting there with their night vision goggles on. Holy shit.
All of them had night vision.
You'd think that it was El Chapo,
Right.
Here, this was us going into the property. It's kind of tilted up ways. That was just on the top of the road.
At like midnight?
That was at midnight,
Yeah, that's at midnight, coming back from the casino.
Why did they say they needed to search?
Anytime we left the property, they're checking us for weapons.
But
Like we went out and bought a bunch of weapons to come back and shoot guards with.
right, but I mean that wasn't the scope of their warrant
Right.
either.
Exactly. Well, they took her guns from her and says we have to go to the court to get them back.
Oh,
Isn't
we
that-
have to?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not just gonna give those back.
They're right.
Recently?
Yeah. When they
I
raided
didn't know
us.
that that was
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll
We
get
have to go
back.
to the Eastern District and to get your guns back.
They make it sound like it was illegal for me to have.
All right. But then they left my son. My son's got an artillery in his cabin, which is right next to us, and they left his there.
You see all of them?
Yeah, it's just insanity.
We're talking about a waste.
And then they have a base camp. They have a base camp. You can't even really see it, and it's in the field where they have like
Tents set up.
tents set up,
Come on in.
everything.
Look at this. You came prepared. Ray Bolton, Jeff, and Lauren Lowe.
Hey, hi. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Hey,
I'm Lauren.
how are you?
So, you tell us what you need, what, we were actually just going through kind of what they brought. And then you can kind of get to work on basically what you need.
Okay.
That's the older drive that came out of Rinky's computer. And
All right.
why the feds didn't take that is beyond me, because it sat right at Rinky's desk forever. When Rinky left, Lauren took his computer over and created her own user ID. So my concern was, I mean, it looks very much like one of these, but my concern was, well, Rinky's was locked, and it's been in our cabin ever since the trial. So I found a password hacking disk that I had purchased years and years ago. I said, I wonder if it'd work on that Rinky account. Put it in there, boom, unlocked it just like that. So it's just been recently. When was that? Like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I got into Rinky's, basically his desktop. But my question was, with just bringing the drive, if there's multiple users on that drive,
I can access all of it.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, his is unlocked now. Hers is still, you'd still have to put in her password to log in. So I don't know if using a ghost program or something would still reveal everything that, you don't need her stuff, I don't think. There's nothing I need.
Mine just has a lot of,
On that computer? Yeah, you might.
yeah, mine has a lot of like inventory for animals and, gosh, I mean, it was a lot of stuff I had to keep organized for the USDA, so there might
That's
be.
not in your case.
Yeah.
But the Rinky stuff is interesting, especially in the documents folder, because it establishes.
Well, I don't want to.
I know.
He doesn't need to know all that.
Okay.
And
okay.
so the way he does it, and you can explain,
Yep.
is the ones and zeros on here go to the ones and zeros on there. He
Right,
doesn't look at
right.
anything.
Yep.
We can talk about what the ones and zeros are.
Okay.
There's no need to bring Ray into something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'll be doing is I brought additional drives, brand new,
Okay.
haven't even been opened yet. So I'm going to do a sector by sector clone of
Okay.
each one of these drives,
Okay.
so that we can protect the integrity of the original. And then we will plug these in. I also brought an external bay, so we can actually plug these in and plug them one at a time into a PC and then review all the information.
Now, what about phones too?
The
'Cause,
phones we'll have to look at separately. What type of phone is it?
it's an iPhone.
Okay, yeah, there's some
Three
tools that we can
iPhones.
use to pull whatever information you need us to pull from,
Okay,
so.
sounds good.
Awesome.
It sounds like we'll have the drives for a period of time.
That's fine.
Days. If y'all have phones that you use,
Mhm.
we probably need to prioritize those.
Okay.
But it's essentially 2 external drives. There's that laptop, and then some amount of phones.
Okay. All right, now I can actually remove the drive from the laptop and clone it as well.
Okay.
And then we can just stick the laptop drive back in.
Okay.
And that way I brought 3 drives, so we can clone each of them and keep them completely separate.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so, and I can even start the cloning process and while we look at the phone.
Yeah, what we'll probably do, let's do that. I'll set you up in the next conference room.
Okay.
And then the phones will be,
This drive has a lot of personal stuff on it that
yeah,
I don't want.
no.
So the way
that's-
our utility works is I set up the source drive and then the destination drive and select what type of clone I want to do and then hit the start button and it shows nothing but a progress bar until it's done.
Okay.
So there's no,
Just,
Yeah.
we'll seal that and put that in my safe.
Okay.
yeah,
And,
but I will leave the
not only
drive.
do you have my word, but you have my word on tape,
Right.
that if I violate all those 7 law licenses, and it's not really worth that.
And I will leave the drives in here until I got my workstation set up. and then I'll come back in and grab them.
This one's a little bit newer. I don't know if it matters.
Should we get kind of like,
At some point, we'll just kind of
okay.
B-roll with him working with these.
All right, yeah, that should be fine. When you were saying older drives, I was thinking IDE, but.
Yeah, this is the older one. That's, is it?
Okay.
Is
No,
that
these
IDE?
are SATA.
Okay,
Both of them are
that's-
SATA,
Okay.
Yeah.
so it's perfect, yeah. It's fine.
It's funny when he laughs because he got the joke and none of us
Ah, sorry.
knew. Computer.
I brought in a really old computer in case there was an IDE
Good
drive.
for you.
So, all right. Well, I'll go get my workstation set up unless you need anything else from
No,
me.
that's got it. We'll
Okay.
we'll move to phones in a point.
Yes.
But you do what you do, and we'll let us know what you need.
Okay.
How do you extract the, I know that there's software to extract the text threads.
Mm-hmm.
Is there also software, or can you selectively just collect all of the audio recordings? Because I've never seen
I'll have
that.
to look at that. Yeah, I'll
'Cause
have to
otherwise,
look
we're
at
gonna have to like airdrop them or something.
Right, yeah.
Because some,
Alright,
of
I'll see what
my
the
some of my
capability-
voice recordings are maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I sent John
Right.
a bunch that were just under
4 minutes,
a
5
few minutes, but you can't send anything bigger than
Not through
that.
text, no, but
Yeah.
No,
but
and
you
I
could-
don't want it, and you know this, and we talked about this, the metadata, the time, location, all that stuff, even in text messages, I want to try to have intact because it's an evidentiary issue.
Mhm.
Well, that's why we didn't change the names. Like, if you notice, when I send it to you, it'll have 25803 North County Road.
Right.
It gives a geographical location where the recording was made. You have the option of recording, of changing the name of your recording, but we just, for some reason, were smart enough not to. And so it shows where and when it was recorded.
Okay.
mine probably list more as to what a voice recording is.
But it's if y'all, I mean, if there was hypothetically a text message between the two of y'all, you can send that to me screen grab. I don't want to poke
There'd be a
around
million of them.
and
I mean, the threads are
right.
a
But
year old.
I mean, I'll poke around when you want me to poke around.
Oh, you can
But-
have all the text.
But I don't, my goal is to protect as much privacy as possible. The more information is better, and I can
Right.
take
Disseminate.
out. It just takes a significant amount of trust,
Right.
which I appreciate, and again, my family and firm are very important to me, and I
Right.
would like to lose neither.
Right.
Michael Cohen did time in federal prison for stuff.
And
I don't-
Rudy Giuliani probably will too.
He's next, yeah, no. Cohen actually called me when he was out on a stint, and he and Omarosa are significantly close, which is strange.
Mm-hmm.
But, a couple days later, he got pinched and put back in, and then got back out. So,
What version of iPhone do you have?
11 Pro.
11
No
Pro.
idea what this is.
That
So
is an 8.
So 8 and a
11
12 or 11.
11.
2 11s and an 8.
Okay, I'm just sending myself a reminder. Because I have another technician at the office who is going to handle
the phones.
the phone. Yep. So I'm going to send him that information. He's going to go ahead and download the app. And yeah, when it comes to audio files though, we should be able to just plug in the drive and transfer the file.
Okay.
So that'll be much easier than trying to send it. It's way too large. So,
Okay.
all right.
And rather than listening to them all, we'll just give them everything. You're going to hear sit here and say, who are they talking
No,
to?
and it is what it is. That stuff.
Honestly, like whenever I voice recorded, there was a reason why I was voice recording.
Yeah, we didn't record
So,
just crap. It
yeah,
was
I was
significant in our lives. So you may
Yeah.
need it down the road for something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I get started?
Yep.
Okay.